You know, every major digital heist, every sophisticated cyber attack, it doesn't start with a bang. It starts with something much quieter, much more patient, a scan. It is the absolute first, most critical phase of any operation. So let's crack open this playbook and see how attackers really case the joint, digitally speaking.
So, how does it all actually start? I mean, forget what you've seen in the movies, with all the frantic typing and the green progress bars filling up. The real first step is quiet. It's methodical. It's all about intelligence gathering, creating a super detailed map of the target before you even think about taking a single step inside.
And that whole map-making process, well, that's what we call network scanning. At its core, it's just a set of techniques used to figure out who's on the network, what they're up to, and most importantly, how they might be vulnerable. You can really just think of it as a digital reconnaissance mission.
So here's the fundamental concept in action. An attacker sends out these little targeted messages. You can think of them as digital pings or probes. They send them out to a network, and then they just listen very, very carefully. Because every single response, or sometimes even the lack of a response, tells a story about the target.
So what's the end goal of all this probing? Well, it's all about meticulously, carefully building a complete picture of that target network before making a single move. This is the real art of casing the digital joint.
I absolutely love this analogy because it is just perfect. We hear a technical term like ports and, it sounds complicated. Maybe our eyes glaze over. But it's not. They're just the digital doors and windows to any computer system. And a scanner's job is simply to go around and check if any of them have been left unlocked. The scanner is basically building a complete profile, like a checklist for a burglar. First, are there any live hosts? Is anyone even home? Which ports are open? Are any of those doors and windows unlocked? What operating system are they running? Because that tells the attacker what kind of locks are on those doors. And finally, what services are running and do they have any known exploitable vulnerabilities? So to really understand how a scanner can get the answers to all those questions, we need to get into the fundamental way computers agree to talk to each other. And it all comes down to a kind of digital secret handshake.
Pretty much every piece of communication on the internet is governed by these tiny little signals called TCP flags. You can actually see them highlighted right here in the data packet header. Just think of them as simple one-word messages. Hello, got it, goodbye. Attackers manipulate these simple signals to learn everything about the network.
So the normal, polite way that computers start a conversation is with this three-way handshake. It's just a simple call and response to make sure both sides are ready to talk. It's kind of like saying, hello, hearing the other person reply, yep, I'm here, and then you saying, great, I can hear you. Connection made. Okay, let's watch this handshake play out. So here we've got Bill, the client, who wants to talk to Sheila, the server. Bill kicks things off by sending what's called a SYN packet. This is step one. The initial, hello, are you there? Now, if Sheila is actually listening on that port, she replies with a SYN ACK packet. This is step 2, and it's a huge piece of information for a hacker. She's basically shouting back, yes, I'm here, and this door is wide open. And finally, Bill sends back one last ACK packet just to confirm he got her message, and the connection is officially established. A full successful handshake like this is a definitive sign to any scanner that a port is open and a service is listening. So here's the secret sauce. This is the crucial point. Scanning tools play games with this handshake. They might send that first SYN packet and just wait. If they get a SYN ACK back, they know the port's open. If they get a different signal, like a reset, they know the port's closed. And if they get no reply at all, well, that probably means a firewall is blocking them. They learn everything they need to know just from the response.
So what are the actual tools that perform these scans? I mean, this isn't being done by hand. Both ethical hackers and malicious attackers use a really powerful suite of software to do all the heavy lifting.
On the left, you're looking at Nmap, the network mapper. It is the undisputed Swiss Army knife for creating a big, detailed map of a target. On the right is something called HPing3, which is more like a surgeon's scalpel. It lets you craft very specific, custom packets to poke and prod a network in really unique ways, just to see how it responds.
And just look at the incredible detail you get from a scan like this. It's not just telling you a door is open, it's telling you what's behind that door, a web server. And it's even telling you the exact version of the software it's running. For an attacker, that is pure gold, because now they can go look for known vulnerable programs.
And of course, scanning is just the beginning. Tools like Metasploit take it to the next level. See, after a tool like Nmap finds that open door and a vulnerable service, Metasploit basically provides the key. It's this massive database of pre-built exploits that are designed to take advantage of those exact vulnerabilities.
Now you might be thinking this is all very complex, high-level, cloak and dagger stuff. And it used to be. But this technology is now accessible to absolutely everyone. In fact, it's probably in your pocket right now.
This is an app for iOS. With just a single tap, while you're sitting at a coffee shop or an airport, you can instantly get a list of every single device connected to that same public Wi-Fi network. Every laptop, every tablet, every phone. That's step one. Host discovery, done in seconds.
And you can go so much deeper. I mean, apps like Fing don't just show you that a device exists. They give you its IP and MAC address, they tell you it's an Apple product, and they even identify its network hardware manufacturer. You can build a detailed profile right there from your phone.
And this brings everything full circle. This Android app, Network Scanner, it can do what the professional tools do. Not only can it identify every single host on the network, but it can then be used to actively scan those devices for specific open ports. The entire playbook, right there in an app store.
Which leaves us with a final and pretty crucial question. The power to perform these reconnaissance scans isn't secret or exclusive anymore. It's available to anyone with a smartphone. So, knowing that, it really makes you think, what doors and windows on your own devices have you left open?